You've spent your entire life being told what's wrong with you. Too quiet. Too loud. Too emotional. Too detached. Too spontaneous. Too rigid. The world has spent so much time highlighting your weaknesses that you've forgotten something crucial. The very traits you've been apologizing for might be your greatest assets. Your personality isn't a flaw that needs fixing, it's a fingerprint, unique and irreplaceable. And hidden within the characteristics you've learned to downplay or hide are strengths so powerful that recognizing them could completely transform how you see yourself and what you're capable of achieving. The problem is that society has trained you to view your natural tendencies through a lens of inadequacy. If you're introverted, you're told you need to be more outgoing. If you're a dreamer, you're told to be more practical. If you're analytical, you're told to be more creative. But here's what nobody tells you: those supposedly problematic traits, they're not bugs in your programming, they're features. Right now, you're carrying abilities you don't even know you have. Strengths that have been there all along, quietly working in the background, waiting for you to notice them. And once you do, once you truly understand the hidden power in your personality type, everything changes. The introvert's secret superpower. If you're an introvert, you've probably spent years feeling like you're playing life on hard mode. While others seem to effortlessly network, socialize, and command attention, you've been in the corner, recharging, observing, thinking. And you've been told that this is holding you back. But here's what you haven't realized: while everyone else was talking, you were listening. And listening is one of the most underrated superpowers in existence. You notice things others miss. The subtle shift in someone's tone that reveals their true feelings. The pattern in the data that everyone else overlooked. The connection between two seemingly unrelated ideas that creates innovation. Your tendency to process internally before speaking means that when you do speak, your words carry weight. You don't just add to the noise, you cut through it. Your ability to work independently isn't a limitation, it's freedom. While others need constant validation and collaboration to move forward, you can dive deep into complex problems alone. You can focus without distraction. You can create without compromise. Some of the world's greatest breakthroughs happen not in crowded brainstorming sessions, but in quiet rooms where introverts had the space to think deeply. And here's another hidden strength you possess: meaningful relationships. While others collect superficial connections, you build deep bonds with a select few. Those relationships, they're not just deeper, they're more reliable, more authentic, and more valuable when it truly matters. You're not antisocial, you're selectively social. And that selectivity is a form of wisdom. The extrovert's overlooked gift. If you're an extrovert, you've probably been told you're too much. Too energetic. Too talkative. Too attention-seeking. In a world that often values composure and restraint, your natural enthusiasm has been framed as a weakness, something to tone down. But your energy isn't excessive, it's infectious. And that's a gift the world desperately needs. Your ability to connect with people quickly isn't superficial, it's a bridge-building skill that creates opportunities others can't access. You can walk into a room full of strangers and leave with allies, collaborators, and friends. That's not lucky charisma, that's social intelligence in action. You read group dynamics instinctively. You know how to lift the energy in a room, how to make people feel included, how to turn awkward moments into shared laughter. While others are paralyzed by overthinking, you're a bias toward action personified. You don't wait for perfect conditions, you create momentum. You're willing to try, to fail, to adjust, and to try again. That willingness to engage with the world directly gives you a learning advantage that cautious personalities simply don't have. You gain experience faster because you're not afraid to jump in. And here's the hidden strength nobody talks about: your resilience through connection. When life knocks you down, you don't isolate, you reach out. You process externally, which means you heal faster. You build support networks naturally, and those networks become your safety net. Your vulnerability in sharing your struggles isn't weakness, it's the foundation of your emotional durability. The thinker's invisible advantage. If you're analytical, logical, and detail-oriented, you've likely been called cold, robotic, or overly critical. In a culture that celebrates passion and spontaneity, your need for evidence and logic has been treated like a personality defect. But your analytical mind is a precision instrument in a world drowning in noise. While others are swayed by emotion and manipulation, you see through deception. You spot the flaws in arguments. You identify risks before they become disasters. Your skepticism isn't negativity, it's a filter that protects you and those around you from costly mistakes. When everyone else is caught up in hype, you're the one asking the necessary questions that save resources, time, and sometimes even lives. Your attention to detail means quality. While others rush through tasks checking boxes, you ensure accuracy. The work you produce isn't just done, it's done right. That reliability makes you invaluable. People might not always appreciate your meticulousness in the moment, but when everything else falls apart, your work stands. And here's your hidden superpower: you make better decisions. Your ability to remove emotion from the equation and evaluate situations objectively gives you a clarity others lack. While feelings cloud judgment, your logical approach cuts to the truth. This doesn't make you heartless, it makes you effective. And in critical moments, effectiveness saves what emotion cannot. The feeler's underestimated power. If you're emotionally sensitive and empathetic, you've been told you're too soft for this world. That you need thicker skin. That your emotions make you weak and exploitable. But your emotional intelligence is one of the most sophisticated forms of intelligence that exists. You read people like others read books. You sense tension in a room before it escalates. You know what someone needs before they ask. This isn't mystical, it's your highly developed ability to process emotional information that others miss entirely. While logical types are still analyzing data, you've already understood the human element that will determine success or failure. Your empathy creates loyalty. When you lead, people don't just follow, they believe. When you collaborate, teams don't just work together, they trust each other. You create psychological safety, which is the foundation of high-performing groups. Your ability to make people feel seen and heard isn't a pleasant bonus, it's what transforms ordinary teams into exceptional ones. And here's what you don't realize about yourself: your emotional depth gives you creative power. You feel nuances that others don't, which means you can create art, write words, and design experiences that resonate on a profound level. Your sensitivity isn't a burden, it's a tuning fork that picks up frequencies others are deaf to. That's not weakness, that's having access to an additional dimension of reality. The planner's hidden mastery. If you're organized, structured, and methodical, you've probably been called boring, inflexible, or unable to adapt. In a world that glorifies spontaneity and going with the flow, your need for systems and plans has been treated like rigidity. But your organizational mind is the architecture that turns chaos into achievement. While others are overwhelmed by complexity, you create order. You see the steps others miss. You anticipate obstacles before they appear. Your planning isn't about control, it's about reducing friction so that execution becomes inevitable. You turn abstract goals into concrete actions, which is the difference between dreaming and doing. Your reliability is your reputation. When you commit to something, it happens. In a world where most people overpromise and underdeliver, you're the exception. That consistency makes you the person others turn to when stakes are high. Trust isn't built through charisma, it's built through dependability, and you have that in abundance. And here's your underrated superpower: you reduce anxiety for everyone around you. Your presence creates certainty in uncertain times. When projects go off track, you're the one who can restore order. Your systems don't constrain creativity, they create the stable foundation creativity needs to flourish. Without planners like you, ideas remain ideas. You're the bridge between vision and reality. The spontaneous soul's secret edge. If you're adaptable, spontaneous, and flexible, you've been told you're unreliable, directionless, or commitment phobic. In a society that values stability and long-term planning, your fluid approach to life has been framed as immaturity. But your adaptability is one of the most valuable traits in an unpredictable world. When plans fall apart, and they always do, you thrive. While rigid personalities break under pressure, you bend. You pivot. You find alternative routes that others can't even see because they're still mourning the death of their original plan. Your comfort with uncertainty means you're never trapped by circumstances. You can always find a way forward. Your openness to experience gives you a richer life. You say yes to opportunities others decline out of fear. You collect stories, skills, and perspectives that make you endlessly interesting and surprisingly resourceful. That spontaneity isn't recklessness, it's a willingness to engage with life fully, to extract everything it has to offer. And here's what makes you truly powerful: you're innovation ready. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to let go of old methods and embrace new ones is crucial. While others cling to how it's always been done, you're already experimenting with what's next. You're not resistant to change, you're the agent of it. That makes you indispensable in times of transformation. Activating your hidden strengths. Now you know what you've been carrying all along. But knowing isn't enough. These hidden strengths won't activate themselves, you have to deliberately integrate them into how you operate. Start by stopping the apology tour. Quit downplaying your natural tendencies. When someone tells you you're too something, recognize it for what it is, their limitation, not yours. The world will always try to standardize you, to smooth your edges, to make you more palatable. Resist that. Your edges are where your power lives. Next, put yourself in situations where your hidden strengths become obvious strengths. If you're an analytical thinker, volunteer for the projects that require precision and critical evaluation. If you're emotionally intelligent, take on roles that involve conflict resolution or team building. If you're spontaneous, pursue opportunities in dynamic, fast-paced environments where adaptability is currency. And here's the crucial part: study your personality type deeply. Not to box yourself in, but to understand your natural advantages. Read about how people with your traits have succeeded. Learn the pitfalls they've avoided and the strategies they've used. Your personality isn't destiny, but it is your starting equipment. Knowing how to use it properly multiplies your effectiveness. The power in your differences. The greatest lie you've been told is that success requires you to be like everyone else. That you need to fix what makes you different. But here's the truth: sameness is a liability. If you could do exactly what everyone else does, you'd be replaceable. Your differences make you irreplaceable. The traits you've been hiding, those are your competitive advantages. The personality you've been apologizing for, that's your unfair edge. Every characteristic you possess exists for a reason. It solves a problem, fills a gap, or creates a possibility that wouldn't exist without it. The world doesn't need another generic version of average. It needs your specific combination of strengths, your unique way of seeing and solving problems, your particular brand of brilliance. And that brilliance isn't in spite of your personality, it's because of it. So stop trying to be someone else's version of successful. Stop measuring yourself against standards designed for different people with different strengths. Start asking yourself, what becomes possible when I fully own who I am? What can I create that only someone with my personality could create? What problems can I solve that others can't because they don't see the world the way I do? Those answers. That's where your real power lies. That's where you stop just surviving and start dominating in your own unique way. You've been carrying hidden strengths your entire life. Now you know they exist. Now you understand their value. The only question left is, what are you going to do with them?